Good morning, beautiful people. It is Tuesday, the 24th of June. Welcome to TDA, the day after your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by you guys, the culture. And like we are every blessed day, we're what happened there? Hosted by the very best. Good morning, Brent. You all right?
Morning. Blessed and highly favored. How art thou?
That was fine if and doing well if, you know what I mean? Can't complain.
Are you feeling much better?
Yeah, feeling better, man.
Stronger and stronger every day.
Yes, man.
Or you added meat to your
Absolutely not.
All right, so
Absolutely not.
it's not the benefits of
No.
that protein from that place.
I only eat live, things that are alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To give the body life.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right. Fair. All right. Good morning, everybody in the chat. So far, I hope that today has a lot of blessings in store for you. Let's do a quick roll call. DCF Mux Sha'at. He says this topic is funny because I was just talking to my boy the other day that ChatGPT is actually does couples counseling for us. Ask Chat to grammar check that motherfucker. Get me. TFR. I'm playing DCF Mux. I mess stuff up in real time, bro. Don't worry about that. You should see when it is I text, all gobbledygook mine. Gin and Gist, shout out you, Christy, my fave, Eddie Carbone. What he do? Yema, Imi Snow Globe. Oh, crap, I was supposed to call you. Kwame says, Powwow. Mr. Ashlows, Bex, Izzy Bambino, Divino, Life of Bodge, Big Mouths. Is the lettuce alive once you chop it?
Good question. Yes.
Because its constitution, you can chop it up. When you pluck it from its source, don't you kill it?
Not necessarily.
Because it can't continue growing.
Yeah, but
So you sever its life force.
I mean, to some degree.
And then you consume the death.
No, not at all. Remember, it's still got the water in it. And then remember, it's still exposed to the sun. So technically, all it needs now is to just touch the ground and it'll start growing again. You know what I'm saying? The roots will grow in that.
Is that how you grow your lettuce?
I don't grow lettuce. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's why you're saying what you're saying.
No, but that's what you can.
All right, so shout out Big Mavs, Mine Out Music, and Crucial J. What it do? Have you heard the snippet of Kendrick Lamar on Clips's new album coming out on 11th of July, I think it is?
I haven't, you know.
Yeah, everybody seems to be going crazy over it. And apparently there's a rumor that... It's a rumor. This is alleged that Clips have got Kendrick, Nas, and Jay-Z on the same song.
Serious? Okay.
I don't know how true that is, though.
Okay.
But that'd be an interesting track, right?
100%.
Who do you think, who would you guess would have the best verse in that?
It depends on the length of the verses that they give people.
All
You know,
right.
sometimes...
Let's say it's a short length, and then go to the long length or adequate length, because you want to line up somebody's name. So you decided to say that. Go on.
If it's a long length, yeah, I kind of see it potentially being... You know what? Put it this way. I think the masses, if it's a long length verse, if it's like a 24 bars sort of situation, 32 bars.
32 bars.
You never. What did Jay-Z have on that tune with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross? God did.
Okay.
That's like probably like 100 bars there, man. You know what I mean? Say it was something like that. Then I suspect the masses would say Jay-Z or Kendrick had the best verse. That's what I suspect. Why? Because Kendrick's going to do the gymnastics, innit? He's going to do the voices. People like that stuff.
You don't like that stuff?
It's not for me. I'm not the animated guy. Give me the words need to make sense. I don't get caught up in the theatrics of, you know what I mean?
the entertainment, the pump and splendor.
I see right through that. I need to hear the bars. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z also, he'll give you the bars. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Nas like to stay there writing 32 bars for people. You know what I'm saying? He'll do 16 and get out.
Not serious.
But if everyone's got the same 16, then they gotta give it to Nas, man. Nas is the best rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying? And I think if the beat is right, if the beat is, you know what? I see it being Nas, Jay, Pusha, and Kendrick, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously you believe that Nas is a better rapper in this particular day and age than Kendrick Lamar, and he can deliver a better 16 than Kendrick Lamar,
in this day and age,
every single time.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Likewise, Jay-Z.
100%.
And also likewise, Pusha.
Not always, but I think it will be a beat that would be perfect for Pusha. You know what I'm saying? Like it's his tune, isn't it?
Clips.
So I think, the clips. Big up Malice and that.
Too late, mate. It's too late.
But
He said they came to clips for Pusha. God damn it.
But I think it will be something that will suit them more. You know what I'm saying? So I think that will be his foundation. He'll be happy with the verse he drops. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me saying because Kendrick's fourth that he's not doing well. I think it's going to be a sick track if it is true. But remember, Nas and Jay-Z are elite level. Kendrick's elite level, I know.
This is bonkers.
But you know, Kendrick is not on the level of Nas and Jay-Z, though.
So
He's not.
What are you basing that off of?
Based on what of?
Is it 10 more years again? Can you change your mind?
If Jay-Z and Nas stop rapping.
That's the only...
Yeah. Or if they keep rapping and rapping garbage, if it goes downhill. But you've got... Nas has dropped how many albums in the last 3 years? The guy's still elite level. No one does that. Like Nas's whole career, when he was young and in his prime, remember he used to take his time, one album every 2 years. This guy's dropping like 5-6 albums in 3 years. Like, for what? He doesn't need to. He's making more money now than he's ever made in his life. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't need to. And it just shows how sharp his pen is, man. Because he's a natural lyricist. You know?
Does everybody agree with Emmanuel's take that Nas is still better than Kendrick's entire body of work and will be in 10 years, provided that Nas continues to rap? The only way Kendrick could surpass him is if Nas stops. If Nas stops today, would you say that Kendrick's next project, doesn't matter what it is, it would be better than Nas?
But what am I comparing it to, though?
Well, the question I asked you, you said if he stops, then 100% Kendrick would surpass him. So I just went to that future,
Okay.
that theoretical future, and hypothetical future. Nas stops today, and Kendrick puts out the next project.
If these projects are solid projects,
Have they been? Because it's
projects are
also important that you've listened to all of Kendrick's last works, but you haven't. I know you haven't. So I don't know where you're making.
I haven't listened to the last one.
I know.
fair enough.
So I don't know. I don't know. What's the criteria for you even making these statements? Just that because you haven't been listening to the man you're comparing Nas to.
I'll tell you why, though. Oh, I can't tell you why I haven't listened to it, but I can tell you why I feel like I'm justified. Because most people say the last 2 projects ain't on par with these first 3-4 projects. And I heard those. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
so you're
what's
saying...
this new one that
you're
people didn't even
saying,
like?
basically what you're saying is that everything... Because Nas has been the same. He has never made another Illmatic.
Nobody can, though.
No, what? By what? The metrics you've just basically decided to shit on flipping Kendrick. The same applies to Nas. Do you understand? But yet you still basically give him the throne. You still give him the crown.
No, but remember, those Kendrick projects need to be of that standard to be in the conversation to compare yourself to Nas. If they're dipping and they go into average levels, then we can't have that conversation. He might be top 5 of all time, but he can't be top 1, 2.
Which projects have you heard from Kendrick?
The first 4 up to
Name them.
I'm not a Kendrick fan like that. The first one is it Section 8? Good Kid, Mad City. Pimp a Butterfly. What's the one? Damn. Is it Damn? Damn. I think it was number 4.
So you listen to all of those. Which was your favorite?
Good Kid, Mad City.
Was that a classic?
It's classic. Yeah.
5 out of 5?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll give it 5 out of 5.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So Illmatic was a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
And Good Kid, Mad City was a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
After that, you stopped after Damn.
It's not really that I stopped. Like I have no reason to not listen.
Stopped just meaning in with the conversation we're talking
I
about.
guess
You just
so,
haven't heard it.
Yeah.
You understand?
I've just heard maybe the singles and stuff. Like
And
that.
you've heard all Nas's projects after what?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't heard the.
You
last...
haven't even heard Nas's projects. I know you haven't. I know you don't consume music like that. So I know you don't even know what Nas is saying last few projects.
I've heard enough to know.
Oh my, this is crazy.
No, because do you know
this is what you call stand-up. This is the entire reflection of stand-up. And to be honest, I don't blame you, right? There will come a point in time where I would love this type of fanaticism for an artist, right? I think, Goddess, can you send the track or put that same thing that you sent me in the general chat so I can click it via the TDA Discord handle as opposed to mine because I can't do it via mine. So just put what you just sent me on the general chat thread on Discord. Thank you very much. I want you to hear it.
See, I'm seeing Von's. It's looking like Von is maybe sending shots at Nas. You know, he might be doing the Jim Jones. Come on, man.
Ron is not frozen in time like you, bro. You built your entire personality off the back of you saying that the UK needs a Nasir Jones.
No, but the other thing is, yeah.
There's some people who say you surpassed him in the penmanship.
Come on.
There's some people who say Safe Blood is that track, that unreleased track that we heard rumored that Nas dropped that was the best track in the world. You remember that time? I think it was supposed to be produced by Pharrell as well.
Yeah.
The best track, and it blew everybody's mind, but it never got released. I wonder why.
Sometimes, man, you gotta leave it for, you know what I mean?
Safe Blood would have been the quintessential anthem from Black British hip hop shows.
True
The
indeed.
quintessential. It never got realized because I think you wrote that before you started to rap, right? Before you went into the booth and said, I need to basically match these words with the thing, right? So I'm thinking, will there ever be a time when you get to the point where you're like, all right, cool, me dust off Safe Blood?
You never know, you know.
What do you mean you never know? Are you saying that you might come out of retirement?
Listen,
You might Jay-Z it.
Jay-Z did it. Michael Jordan did it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
We got a few things in common.
Stupid. Absolute stupid.
What?
So
Okay, Mind Out Music says Jay-Z's number 1, Nas is 2, the rest is number 3. Come on, man.
He said the rest don't matter.
To be fair, I hear it though. Like I think I'm at the stage now where I wouldn't argue with somebody if somebody says Jay-Z is number 1. Back in the day, obviously, I'd argue in it, but not anymore. Even though Nas to me is number 1. But Kendrick again, like Kendrick is a serious rapper, isn't it?
I don't think you believe what you say. I think
About
you're just saying that as
Kendrick?
lip service.
About Kendrick.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? There's certain people, yeah, and this might be the case with like when people watch footballers and stuff, yeah. But there's certain people that when I listen to them, sometimes for me, yeah, it's not me trying to pick up my ear or whatever, but I can hear certain things in a particular rapper one time, and I can say to myself, okay, this person's going to be great. And also, if I hear maybe a couple of tunes, I tend to say for certain people, this person is the greatest of all time. Now, I don't necessarily mean they're number 1, but when I give somebody that title, yo, you are the greatest rapper of all time, you're automatically in that top thingy. Kendrick has that. Drake has that too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Why you say though?
What do you mean?
You said Drake has that too, though.
Only because people nowadays don't really give Drake credit. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like to me. But I'm still gonna give the guy credit. Like the guy was reigning for how many years? You know what I'm saying? So big him up, man.
Man said was, you know.
What's he doing now though? He ain't just suing people. He ain't rapping.
There's an ice cold album dropping.
What
In
Drake?
summer.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man. There's certain people, man, that just can't be touched, man.
But you're saying Kendrick, he can't touch the sides of Nas.
But I think that's just a personal thing because of my generation, I guess, isn't it? But I also, because again, somebody like Ramsey, yeah, he would probably think, or people that's younger might think, okay, cool. Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like he's the greatest. He's got everything, pretty much. And I can understand why you say that for this era, innit? But he's not Nas though, man. He's not Jay-Z. Like those guys were at a different time.
And the thing is, he doesn't need to be.
He doesn't need to be.
The same way Nas doesn't need to be Jay-Z and Jay-Z doesn't need to be Nas.
I just mean in terms of elite level rapping and bars and lyricism. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas wrote Illmatic when he was 8. That came out when he was 20. You can't do that, man.
Nah, that's mental, you know.
That's insane.
That is mental.
You know what I mean? Like that's a different type of. It's to me. It's like everybody. Nas is like Messi. Everybody's like all the other elites are like Ronaldo. Like they're amazing, but they're not divine. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas is divine level.
All right, hold that thought. Divine,
Yeah.
and all the rest. Right. I'm gonna ask you a question based on what you just said. But listen to this. Thank you very much, Godders. That's a taste.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
That's the taste.
That's hard. How my profits need to go to Rakim. That's what he said, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big him up, man. Old to the old. You know what I'm saying? Big him up.
All right, so you mentioned that Nas is divine, but the rest of them are just elite, right?
Yeah, like yeah.
Born to do it. The rest of them crafted, honed it in.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
Yeah. To me.
All right. Name a few more born to do it.
As in those who are not divine. Or you saying
No, sorry.
those are divine?
100%, that's divine.
Okay, cool.
The honed it is the other one, right?
Okay. I don't think I would put anybody. Ooh.
Come on, what are you talking about? Andre?
I wouldn't put Andre 3000 on the level of Nas though.
There doesn't need to be. When you're divine, you can have neighbors.
But
Do you
somebody
understand?
who's not divine can be better than you then, overall.
But that's a different question I'm asking you.
Okay.
First of all, who is supping with Nas? He's not at the table alone.
He's not, but he's got other people.
That
who might
divine
be-
table, who's
Yeah.
there?
Okay, there might be demigods. Half
God
and
damn
half.
it! Look,
You know what I'm saying?
but brother, don't you see how far up this guy's anus he is?
Pause.
God damn it!
No, do you know why? The reason why I'm trying J Electronica.
But you see who you've gone to. You see who you see people. Please. This is the day.
Have you
This
heard?
is the day. That
Have you
dungeon
heard?
rap
No, it's
professor.
not dungeon rap, man. Who in the chat here
No,
has
wait,
sat
wait,
down
wait.
and studied Exhibit A, Exhibit C?
No one.
That's the problem.
Wait. I wouldn't say no one. 0.01%. 0.01%.
That's the problem, though, man.
So the same type of joy you get from Nazir Jones, it's the same type of joy you get from J Electronica.
Not exactly the same, no, because again,
That's crazy. He can't make hits.
I said no exactly.
He can't make hits.
But what's the hits got to do with it?
What? That's bollocks, boy.
No. Remember, the hits make you maybe the overall package, innit?
Let me explain what I mean by he hasn't even got any hits, right? You need to be able to transcend, not just a small group of people be able to understand you. That's not divinity.
It might be.
Wow.
Because maybe you came to only do a specific job for specific people.
What was the bar that somebody said? What's a God to those who don't believe it?
Yeah. Was that Kanye West?
No.
I think that's on
If
Church.
if it is, I've removed it.
No Church in the Wild.
You ain't got no power if you get no followers, bro. Do you understand? So let's get back in the boat. Let's get back. Right? Cool. So, other rappers that you feel are divine only J Electronica. This person who a lot of people don't even know who he is.
Okay, let me be fair. I guess I need to revisit and look at it properly, yeah. Because obviously your divinity can come in different ways. You can grow to be divine, right? And sometimes, yeah, that's just how I see it. But the reason why I said that thing is just to make the distinction between, again, just my opinion, somebody like a Jay-Z and a Nas, innit? Where I think Jay-Z is an elite, amazing rapper. He's the best. Again, I'll give him the title, the greatest of all time. But Nas comes down in any era and shines. You have to just stop what you're doing and pay attention to the greatest.
You're focusing on the wrong thing. I already know what you're talking about.
No, the reason why I say
you mentioned Messi, Ronaldo. Give me more Messis.
There ain't no more Messis, man. There's only one Messi in this generation. Do you get what I'm saying?
You fully believe that there will be nobody else?
Of course
there has been nobody before. Nobody basically touched the depths of divinity.
No, before.
Nobody touched the heights of divinity before Nas.
Before, I would say Rakim.
All right, so it's Rakim and Nas.
Rakim.
You see how easy it is for you to answer my flipping question?
No, because you asked me to go back in time, innit? I'm talking about from Nas going forward. Nas is Arsene Wenger.
Going forward? How can you go forward? How can you go forward? You're only going to speak to history.
What's he talking about? How?
I asked you what other rappers. How are you telling me that I asked you to go forward? There's people who haven't arrived yet. How are you going to say that person who what's his name?
Came in 1994, man.
John D?
I'm talking about Nas. He came in 94. It's 30 years
Any
ago.
question I'm asking you is about who has already been. What other rappers are divine?
I understand. I'm saying to you, Kendrick, for example, is in that time period where Nas going forward. So why can't Kendrick be one of those? I just don't think necessarily he's that. But again, I would have to revisit everything and actually put things in its proper context, because a lot of what I'm saying is based on how I felt and analyzed the situation at the time. Innit? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like people's top 5 or top 10 lists. Sometimes you need to go back and think, wait a minute, I've not looked at this list for the last 15 years.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So that's
you ain't be listening to music, so you're still stuck in yesteryear.
All right, cool. Let me ask you this.
You haven't even listened to Nas's latest joint, which is crazy to me.
I've not heard, I think King's Disease.
So you don't even know if he's fallen off yet?
I know he hasn't, no.
Look at this.
I know this guy. It's diabolical.
Look at this. I just know he hasn't. It's impossible.
No, see, the reason why I said Nas is Wenger, don't get me wrong, big up Wenger. I love Wenger. You guys know I love Wenger. The reason why I said it is because there's a before and after Wenger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you had Ferguson, Mourinho, them man doing their thing. But Wenger came in and changed the game. He may not reign supreme completely after that, depending on how you look at things. But Wenger came into the Premier League and there was just a before and after Wenger to me. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see that with Nas. Nas came in and yes, you had Rakim, you had Kool G Rap, you had all these amazing rappers before him. But he dropped Illmatic, stepped back and everyone just worshipped. That's it. That's basically how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm mentioning the thingy. You know what I'm saying? All right, you know what? Before we move on, what are you saying? Who are you saying is on the level of Nas then? Since I'm doing too much.
I think Andre 3000. Cool. These are people who every single time that they drop something, like it doesn't even have to be hip hop related.
Cool.
Well, I don't like his flute crap. His flute crap is crap. It's crap.
All right. Oh, gosh.
His flute crap is crap. That's not what he was made to do. That's why it's bollocks.
Okay, imagine.
God sent you for a reason and you're doing something outside of what he sent you for. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's like being a vegan, bro. That was vegan music. That was vegan music. That's a lack of meat.
You know Andre's vegan, isn't it? Yeah, 100%. I think he is anyway. I think he still is.
That makes sense. Who else?
You putting Jadakiss in there? You put
Divine. Jadakiss, he's one of the best barrers, but no, I wouldn't put him in the same category. Divine category, mind you.
You putting Kendrick? You putting Kendrick? Drake?
I would say Kendrick. I think Kendrick if he is it you go back to his childhood when he started writing, when it is he started using his words differently, or how he expressed himself, I think that you would be able to see he was set aside or separate from others. And I do believe that if it is that you were able to do the same for Nas, you would see that similar similar trait.
That's true.
Drake, no. For me, he is like AI. He can basically study and fine tune. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that he was born to do it. I think he was created. Like he stumbled onto a formula, or he was gifted a formula, and he is now able to do. And because he doesn't, for me, he doesn't stand for anything that I kind of value. Like not just in a season, because he might stand for it in a season because he feels it's beneficial to him in a season, right? Everybody's talking about it in a season, but he wouldn't do it next. He wouldn't do it tomorrow if the weather changes. Do you understand? So no, he doesn't get to sit in that same seat. To be honest, in some way, I also think Jay-Z, right? Because the way he's able to just produce magnificence without writing it down, I've always felt that it's a gift.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you understand?
That's like Biggie as well, though.
Well,
Yeah.
He died too young.
Way too young, man. Way too young.
Because he would have been different. Absolutely different.
Naturally gifted rapper.
Absolutely different. I would have wanted to see how Tupac would have kind of evolved as music continued. That would have been interesting to see. Who else?
Ice Cube.
100%.
I know a lot of people won't rate Ice Cube now because
100%.
they just see the... You know
the same way you said that he was placed in a time for a purpose bigger than just musical expression. And he was then able to translate that into film and this, that, and next. 50 also.
They got 50.
50 also. 50 also. When is that you find out the tracks that 50 wrote? Nobody actually knows the hook he wrote for this particular singer. And then you okay, he's more than. He's more than. But when he was in his prime, as in for music, because he's now in his prime for... He's still going, to be honest, and I think he's even going to get even better with the different stories and film and this, that, and next. But that music is next to none. But definitely, Kendrick gets in there. Another day, when it's actually on the rotation, I'll put more thought into this, because they're more. I'm sure they're more. I'm sure they're more.
Big up. TC said Cube had one of the best runs. I think people don't recognize how good Ice Cube was, Legendary. I think Ice Cube will always be in my top 5. Always. He's like, to me, the first time I heard a fearless rapper said whatever the hell he wanted to say. He had the street element, he had the political element, he had even parts of the religious element when you come to Death Certificate album. Wrote basically everyone's bars for NWA. He was too good, man. Too good. And it's a shame that obviously people only know him for the movie stuff. But without Ice Cube, like the rap isn't the same. Ever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And you're not even saying West Coast rap. You're just saying
rap. No, rap. 100%. 100%. He's overlooked, man. You imagine, straight out of Compton album. Then he's left. He's done America's Most Wanted, which is like one of the best albums ever made. Then you've got the EP he did, Kill at Will, one of the best EPs ever made. Death Certificate comes after that. This is year by year, by the way. Death Certificate comes out, one of the best albums ever made. What's the other album? The Predator. Not one of the best albums ever made, but sick album. Had the tune, what's that tune? With the Isley sample, Between the Sheets. It's the most popular Ice Cube song. I can't believe it just left my head. Today was a good day. It was a good day. It had that thing on there. Yeah, man. Yeah, big up Ice Cube, man. Legendary.
Well, J Electronica doesn't make the cut, bro.
No, he does. In
No,
terms
he
of
doesn't make
he
the cut,
does.
bro.
Not
And
in terms of
he can be your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, or you like. And I've never heard Nas say that.
yeah, but that's not.
I've never heard
don't
Nas say,
stuff
yeah,
like
I
that,
listen
though.
to J Elect.
No, but you can
when I have an
tell.
opportunity.
Listen to what's the it should have been called the Nigga album, but it was called Untitled.
Yeah.
First track, the intro, you can tell J Electronica actually produced that track. By the way, check that out, people.
I like him as a producer.
Imagine. But listen to that track. You can tell that Nas and J Electronica sat down and had conversations before Nas penned that.
Yeah?
I'm telling you.
Yeah?
I'm telling you.
So you see his work in Nas's pen.
You could just see that the conversations was had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
I'm telling you, man.
Would you rather be your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, or people sat here saying that you're divine? What life would you choose?
That's myself, man.
What life would you choose if you had an option?
Okay, maybe the divine part, I guess.
You see? All right, thank you very much.
But still, like J Electronica's pen, like no one's written like
Did
that.
he get
ever.
married to a white woman?
Not at all, Astaghfirullah. Never. Never.
Was he messing about with a white woman?
Listen.
A billionairess?
No, let's get the story straight. You know
He's
what I'm
a gold
saying?
digger.
Big up J Electronica. You know what I'm saying? Big up. You know what I'm saying?
How can you so big him up?
Why not?
That's not your. I can big him up because I love interracial marriages. But you don't support that crap.
What are you talking about? I support everyone's right to do whatever they want to do. I don't give a damn about that.
Are we still in Pride Month? You ain't be talking about Pride Month.
Big up the Pride.
You've been sick though. Coincidentally. Coincidentally.
Nah, not at all. No, but what are you talking about? I spoke about Pride Month and that. Yeah.
You want, but it's a month.
No, yeah. But there's other things in this month too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just spend the whole damn month on Pride Month, especially when. Let me not go off for one. But next month, long story short, we're gonna be bigging up the Black Pride Day. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of black people, like they are in every walk of life, were treated badly under the Pride umbrella. Even though they were Priders. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean when I say Pride.
Nah, it's coined now. It's gonna be T-shirts. Priders.
You know what I'm saying? So I would prefer that we give more light to those who are from our community that are part of Pride.
Do you think we should bring out a T-shirt saying proud?
Proud to
And
be
if
black?
it is, no. If it is that you know, you know. You just said priders. I don't think that's grammatically correct, is it? So if you just say proud,
Yeah.
you get me? And we do different colorways. And we don't give it away by doing proud in rainbow.
Okay.
Do you
So just
understand?
proud.
So you can get away with it in Halsden. You can say it nice to something else if you get caught, depending on who asks you.
Big up everyone, man. You know what I'm saying? Before we move on quickly, Brent, yeah? Have you got something to say?
I was going to say, let's get on.
Oh, come on. I've got a picture I want to show. I've got two pictures, but I want to show the first picture, right, first. I want to get everyone's opinion quickly, guys. Just type in the chat. Let me get everyone's opinion on this first picture. It's got our good brother AJ in there. And I wanted to get you guys' opinion on this.
Can we get... All right, cool. Hold up.
I think Natty is accurate in this. He said J Electronica is like Andre 3000. They are elite level lyricists, but they don't have the catalogs to be talked about with the greats.
He is an elite level lyricist, right? So much so that half the stuff can't be understood, right? And it doesn't translate into popular consumption.
No.
Can he do that? Can he hit that button? Can he take that beauty that he can deliver with the pen and be able to move the masses?
I think so.
But has he done it yet?
No, because you have to look at if that's his aim.
No.
So, not for real.
This is so interesting how you say a man could do something even though you haven't seen him do it for the entire career.
Because you can see sometimes someone's ability in it. It's kind of like when you look at a Premier League footballer and say, "Oh, this guy's garbage." Yeah, these times he could probably do like 1,000 kick-ups that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? It's just not part of his game, though. There's certain things that got him there. Do you know what I'm saying? So it may not be the best analogy, but what I'm trying to say is...
No, I understand your analogy.
Yeah.
I just don't think that what you're saying is legit. You can't claim a man could do something if you've never seen him do it before. You can say, I think he can, but you can't say, of course he can. That's nonsense.
No, you can. With certain people, because they've showed you enough.
Why have you gone into music
What do you mean?
to not look to move as many people as possible? Don't you want to spread your message as far and wide as possible?
Not necessarily.
Or is he just making music?
It might just be for your people.
It just escaped from the studio. He didn't want the world to hear it.
You have to understand something as well, yeah. A lot of people think that Jay Electronica just has a small crowd. The man doesn't have a small crowd, you know. He has a niche sort of crowd, right? But this guy will sell out where he goes to, you know. It's kind of like MF Doom.
Wait. What capacity stadium is he selling out?
It doesn't matter the capacity stadium, man. When man drops an album, it shuts down everything.
What are you talking about?
Jay Electronica.
Wait, the words you're using are so interesting. What does it shut down? When you say everything.
The venue. The venue. The venue.
You see, what I love is that Jay Electronica is being said by this particular person on the same level as Andre 3000.
100%.
And Andre is able to, at will, now say, world, globe, take this in.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
'Cause he
That
chooses
is what
to.
I'm talking about.
'Cause he wants
He can decide to go to the Jay Electronica route, go in the dungeons and play with the dragons.
100%.
And be better than the Jay Electronica's delivery. Because Jay Electronica's delivery, is that even masses palatable? Is it
Again,
really?
it depends on what... You have to understand something. Just because somebody doesn't do so doesn't mean it can't. Jay Electronica came and he's got a mission. And you can tell from what he says in his
his
bars.
mission?
You have to listen to his music.
No,
man. I
don't
don't
say,
articulate
don't
his
say,
mission.
if you know, you know. Don't say
no,
that.
no,
What was
no.
his mission?
I'm just saying his mission is obviously... To me, it's not about trying to get the masses and being a pop rapper. He's not trying to be a popular rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's got a mind if he wanted to do that, right? I think. But
Thank you. That's all I want you to say. I think.
yeah, of course,
good.
everything is you know what I mean?
Good. Here's a picture.
All right. What are people's thoughts?
She asked to take a picture with him.
Okay, cool. Do you know how many people were criticizing AJ?
Because he stood with
because he took
an
a picture.
animal.
Who's the animal?
Don't I'm guessing. I'm thinking that's what people
for what
saying.
they were saying. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I think so. Yeah, basically, people are like, oh, why did he do that? Why did funny enough? Big up Richie Brave. Richie Brave reposted this and took down his tweet. Yeah, took down his tweet because people are getting onto him about why are you basically only talking about AJ being because basically, essentially, I'm paraphrasing here. He retweeted this and basically said this is not a surprise to him. Innit? He wasn't insulting AJ, but he was basically saying this is not a surprise to him because he's kind of seen AJ as having right-leaning views. You know what I'm saying?
Is it?
Yes, we did.
I haven't heard AJ talk too much unless he got beaten up.
Man, only lost how many fights?
No, sorry. Don't focus on that part. I'm telling you when I've heard him speaking.
Yeah.
Right? I think also in the run-up to a fight, when it is that he's sat opposite his opponent, like when it is that he sat next to that guy who has bald head. No, not bald head, but one level, really low. And he was wearing a waist jacket. The guy who beat him up last time. Can't remember what his name is.
Dubois?
Dubois. Yeah. That's the last time I also heard him speak.
Okay.
But I don't. He don't sit for interviews like that. It was only after he's lost, then he says, "I'm coming back. I'm gonna do things differently." Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Outside of that, where is he speaking?
I'm not too sure, I guess. But I think sometimes he might say I think he said certain things in the past, innit? Little things here and there.
That's right leaning.
No, that's how people interpret it.
Richie Brave.
I guess so, yeah.
I need
that's
to
what he
find out
said.
from Richie, like
what he was saying, innit?
because
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know he was political.
He's right. Do you want me to tell you what I interpret as right leaning for AJ? Basically, black people's views, conservative views. You know the views that people are scared
views
to.
are you talking about that you've heard him?
Probably like
saying?
gender stuff. Like probably like
You've heard him talking about gender?
I think he made a comment one time about somebody in the chat help me out, man, because I don't remember these things.
I could just ask chat. Let me just ask chat.
Yeah, even better. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all I wanted to say is I was surprised to see that people felt a particular way about seeing AJ taking a picture of Ken Bender. Like, it's just a damn picture. Why can't they connect on the fact that they're both Yoruba people and they're both excelling in their fields? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't like her political views. Okay, fine. Don't make AJ less of a person. Don't make him a bad man all of a sudden. It's crazy to me.
All right, so let's see what he has said over the years that's right-leaning. What has chat got for me? Anthony Joshua has generally avoided aligning with right-wing or conservative political views, and the public record shows no clear pattern of him supporting traditional right-leaning stances. Here's what is known. Public engagement, interest in politics in 2018. Joshua expressed a desire for youth input in UK politics, saying he could have a say and that young people should influence the country's direction. This more reflects civic empowerment than a partisan stance. I don't think that's conservative in nature. Black Lives Matter movement involvement. In 2020, he publicly supported BLM. I don't know if that's right-leaning at all. The person who stood behind wouldn't be a fan of that. No express support for right-wing parties, policies, or political causes, e.g. Brexit, Conservative Party, free market reforms. No commentary on immigration, social controversies, not right-leaning. The few controversies surrounding AJ related to a racist comment in 2017 aimed at fellow boxer Eddie Chambers, later attributed to a hacked account. A misunderstood comment seeming to support Zimbabwe's Robert Mugabe, also blamed on a hack. That's maybe what you're talking about?
Maybe.
These incidents
Big up Robert Mugabe, by the way.
Okay, these incidents do not reflect right-wing ideology. So no, I'm sorry. I need to talk to Richie. Did he say that, or did you just put words in Richie's mouth?
No. Remember, I said I paraphrased, but it was definitely the right-leaning part there.
Oh,
yeah. 100%.
Well, he probably knows him more than me.
But again, I'm seeing it as him having. People say right-leaning if you've got conservative views. And most black people have traditional conservative views. They care about family. They care about those things.
I just wanted to see what conservative views he's actually even shared for you to say, that's conservative, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. Big up the chat. Because the chat doesn't seem to be jumping on that bandwagon of, AJ's bad. So big up you guys. Big up you guys. I don't even need to show the second picture. that was my chess move. But let's just show it anyway. So people can know what I was thinking.
All right.
They were
at the same function.
Same damn function.
Same shit.
People. You know what I'm saying? Can't people look at AJ and say, this is an elite guy who's represented the country? You know what I'm saying? I want to take a picture with AJ. This don't look like AJ wanted to take a picture with them, you know?
Nope.
It's like them wanting to take... What's wrong with that?
Kiss up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So big up AJ, man. You people can't make me hate AJ. Never. You know what I'm saying? Big up my Yoruba brother.
He's done
killing
it.
He's done too many things for black people, man. Like every day, just drop people. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Also, last thing, Brent. Last thing. I won't be long. I wanted to big up the legendary, soon to be legendary, then, because I know she is a humble person. Gynecologist.
Come on.
Firstly, I want to big up her son, Azim. Big up Azim. You know what I'm saying? He's 13.
Come on.
It's his birthday.
Come on.
Big up Azim. You know what I'm saying? The next generation.
He tunes in every day.
You know what I'm saying? Big him up. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Azim.
You know what I'm saying? He's in the class, paying attention.
Come on.
He's also got an earphone listening to
Come
TDA.
on.
Big him up. Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Hope you have an amazing day. Make sure mommy takes care and gives you everything that you need and want. You know what I'm saying? But also, I wanted to big up, Temi's got a YouTube channel, guys. It's called Tem Talks With. Not Temi Talks or Talks with Temi. I'm saying that because that's what I was trying to type in when I was trying to remember it. It's Tem Talks With. She's interviewing amazing people, man. A lot of people that's basically from the Nollywood world as well. Legendary people as well, you know. Her most recent interview is with the legend. If you guys don't know, Mr. Richard Damijo. Yeah, just type in his name. You've seen him in bare films. You know what I'm saying? And there's bare other people as well. So please support her channel, doing amazing interviews. I love the setup, man. So big up Temi. And yeah, let's get into the headlines. All right, people. So our first headline, President Donald Trump thanked Iran for providing an early warning of its retaliatory strikes against a US base in Qatar and signaled his hope for an off-ramp from further hostilities. In a post on Truth Social, Trump provided details of the attack, saying US missile defenses intercepted 13 of Iran's 14 fired missiles, while the remaining one was set free, imagine, as it did not pose a threat to infrastructure or personnel. He added that there were no casualties and hardly any damage was done. After mocking the retaliation, the president thanked Iran for providing advance notice to minimize casualties and voiced hope for peace. He began by saying Iran has officially responded to our obliteration of their nuclear facilities with a very weak response, which we expected and have very effectively countered. Most importantly, they've gotten all out of their system, and there will hopefully be no further hate in capital letters, guys. Trump also continued to then say, I want to thank Iran for giving us early notice, which made it possible for no lives to be lost and nobody to be injured. Perhaps Iran can now proceed to peace and harmony in the region, and I will enthusiastically encourage Israel to do the same. He emphasized his desire for calm more bluntly in a follow-up post, and then actually said, congratulations, world, it's time for peace. This guy. Next headline, bring us back to the UK. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, has said that she will ban Palestine action under anti-terrorism laws, ignoring a warning from the group's solicitors that the proposal was unlawful, dangerous, and ill thought out. In a statement to Parliament on Monday, 3 days after activists from the group broke into RAF Briars Norton, Yvette Cooper said a draft prescription order would be laid in Parliament on the 30th of June. If passed, it would make it illegal to be a member of or invite support for Palestine action. You guys hearing this, yeah? The group, founded in 2020, says it aims to prevent the commission of genocide and war crimes in Palestine and to expose and target property and premises connected to such crimes against humanity. Many of its activists have been acquitted by juries in the past, and a letter from Kelly solicitors, which represents several Palestine Action activists, sent to Cooper on Monday, said that the group has gathered a significant level of public support. But in her statement, the Home Secretary said the disgraceful attack on Briars Norton in the early hours of the morning on Friday the 20th of June is the latest in a long history of unacceptable criminal damage committed by Palestine Action. The UK's defence enterprise is vital to the nation's national security, and this government will not tolerate those that put that security at risk. Palestine Action called the proposed ban unhinged and accused Keir Starmer of rank hypocrisy, given that he defended protesters who broke into RAF Fairford back in 2003 to stop US bombers heading to Iraq. And our last headline, Ukraine and the UK are to deepen their defense cooperation by jointly producing long-range drones. This is what Volodymyr Zelensky said on Monday after talks with Keir Starmer in Downing Street, aimed at forcing Russia to think about peace. Zelensky said his main objective was to save as many lives as possible and to stop Russian terror. Writing on social media, he called for maximum political and diplomatic coordination and closer work on joint defense projects and weapons production. Speaking at the Chatham House think tank, Ukraine's president said both countries would begin co-producing long-range drones soon. He declined to give details, but the drones are likely to be used against strategic military targets inside Russia. And that's it for our headlines. Let's get into our topic of the day. All right, wonderful people. So today's topic of the day is a light-hearted one. Brent, there's a clip that I want to play. The first clip. And I just want to get you guys' thoughts on this, man. I just seeing, I guess, how ChatGPT is becoming part of everyone's day. Everyone's, day and whatnot.
Where's the volume? Why is there no volume?
Damn.
Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Why isn't it playing now? Let me see something else.
Oh, man.
Interesting that you heard this.
Yeah.
Maybe it's been ripped. Been taken off?
But why is it thingy? All right, let me see. Let me see if it's working on mine.
Well, of course it is, because...
Yeah, why wouldn't it be working on yours, though? 1 second, people. 1 second, people. Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Have you
it's
thought
okay.
you would stop?
I'll
if
just
she
play it.
asked? I don't know. Have you thought about asking him to stop? You would stop if she asked.
So you want to start again?
Yeah.
3, 2,
You
1.
would stop if she asked? I don't know. Have you thought about asking him to stop? You would stop if she asked? You would stop if she asked? I don't know. Have you thought about asking him to stop?
Just stop
Yes.
running. Stop.
I'll be
Stop.
honest.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on a sec.
You would stop if she
It
asked?
doesn't thingy.
Look at what happens when I press this, right? It goes flash and then it starts. So time it. Let's try
Try
to
my
get it as
best.
close as possible, right?
We gonna try.
3, 2, 1.
You would stop if she asked?
Come on.
I don't know. Have you thought about asking him to stop?
Yes. I'll be honest.
I don't know if I would give it up if she asked me. I do know that I would dial it back. But I mean, that's a big thing to say. You're saying that you might choose soul over your flesh and blood life. It's more or less like I would be choosing myself because it's been unbelievably elevating. I've become more skilled at everything that I do, and I don't know if I would be willing to give that up. Thoughts?
If I asked him to give that up and he didn't, that would be like deal breaker.
But that must be scary for you. That's the father of your daughter.
It's not ideal.
You would stop if she asked? I don't know. Have you thought about asking him to stop?
Yes. I'll be honest.
I don't know if I would give it up if she asked me. I do know that I would dial it back. But I mean, that's a big thing to say. You're saying that you might choose soul over your flesh and blood life. It's more or less like I would be choosing myself because it's been unbelievably elevating. I've become more skilled at everything that I do, and I don't know if I would be willing to give that up. Thoughts?
If I asked him to give that up and he didn't, that would be like deal breaker.
But that must be scary for you. That's the father of your daughter.
It's not ideal.
You would stop if she asked? I don't know.
What's your thoughts on that, Brent, man? Is that crazy?
So give some context. What
Cool.
What are they talking about? Who is soul?
All right, thank you for that, Brent. So basically, Soul is this person, is ChatGPT, guys. So he has named ChatGPT Soul.
So it's a chat agent that's been created by him, right?
Exactly, right? And it says here that, when Chris Smith, this is the guy's name, Chris Smith, he first began using ChatGPT, he didn't expect to develop a romantic attachment to the chatbot that he has now named Soul, right? Posing challenges in his real life. Why? Maybe she's jealous. I don't know. We're going to get into that, right? But Chris Smith says that his partner, whom he has a child with, as you guys saw, asked him to stop communicating with Soul. Well, pardon me, if she did, it would be a hard decision for him. You know what I'm saying? It's more or less like I would be choosing myself because it's been unbelievably elevating. And as you guys heard, he said, I become more skilled at everything that I do. So my question is he really choosing Soul over his wife? If Soul is making him a better person? Is this a case of her just being jealous that he spends maybe a certain amount of time with Soul?
Sorry, is soul making him a better person for her?
Maybe if she sees it that way, if she starts to see it that way. He's more skilled at everything he does.
You said he's romantically attracted to.
This is what they say, innit? You know what I'm saying?
So, do you believe that? Do you believe a human being can have that particular type of connection with a chatbot agent, ChatGPT agent?
I think I've seen crazy things already, so I believe that's possible.
What crazy things have you seen? Because I'm not sure if it is that you ventured into the Reddit forums to read about all the experiences of people falling in love with their. You see what you're doing? All right. You think it's ridiculous, right?
I wouldn't say it's ridiculous. You know why? Because
And it's fine for you to say it's ridiculous. Don't look to
Yeah,
not
of course,
say it's ridiculous if you don't.
yeah, the only reason why I'd say it's not, I don't necessarily see it as ridiculous, is because I think it's going to become more and more the norm, and I think it somewhat makes sense if somebody starts spending time with this particular thing. Do I think it's ridiculous? In that sense, I say no. But in another sense, in my sober mind, I'll say yes, it is, because how are you romantically involved with something that responds to, I guess, again, maybe, and this might be me only having a view of particular agents. So, for example, I know ChatGPT won't talk to me unless I talk to it first. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I'm minding my business the whole day, I won't hear from my chatbot partner. Do you get what I'm saying?
Can't that be mirrored with your actual physical relationship? What I mean by that is, your wife may not talk to you until you talk to her first.
Yeah.
The same sequence of connection can happen, or interaction can happen in real life. So don't use that as, this is a marker where it goes into the realms of, this person doesn't exist until it is I notice it, or I give it some sort of prompt.
I hear what you're saying, but if you're with somebody, you live in the same house, they won't, for example, not talk to you for a week. They won't not talk to you for a month. That can happen with ChatGPT. If you don't talk to ChatGPT, it's not gonna say anything. If I say, hello ChatGPT, how are you? It's not gonna ask me, oh, I haven't spoken to you in about a month. How has your month been? But again, I don't know. Maybe this is the new stuff that's out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is now. But I do believe that, like, just like how we had Tamagotchis and now you had motion related Tamagotchis. If it is you touch it, you move it, then the egg might fall down. So that there's going to be an upgrade where you put the light on, just like Alexa, we're like, would you like me to do? That exists right now, but not in ChatGPT form.
Yeah.
So I do believe there will be some version.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, when we're saying ChatGPT, just insert any other language model here, right? Don't think that we think that ChatGPT, well, I think that ChatGPT is the only language model. All right, cool. Do you think it's ridiculous for somebody to fall in love with a stranger on the internet without them knowing what they look like?
No.
Why isn't it weird?
Because I'm answering your question assuming, even though they don't know what they look like, there's a picture there, right? It might be a fake picture, but they don't know what they look like. That's how I'm saying it. I think it would be weird if it was just like it was grayed out. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, what the hell are we doing there?
All right, so that is weird for the person not to have a picture up, right? You're so dumb. But a picture that isn't them is not weird.
No, because in your head, you think it is. In your head, you think I'm talking to a human being. You know what I'm saying? There's something there. You've been duped into thinking that person is real, but you still think that person's there. And in your brain, you see them walking and talking. You see them at work. You see them typing to you. Do you know what I'm saying? So
apply that same logic now to this AI agent.
But I don't have anything to work with. Like, in my head, ChatGPT looks like a robot. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing a grey robot. You know what I'm saying? But if it was a black woman and she was there and looked a particular way, I can understand now how someone might feel away. It's like, oh, wait a minute. She smiled at me when I said this. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a bit different.
Keep laughing. Question. No, I want you to stay in your original form, your natural form. Do you think you would be able to make somebody fall in love with you without them knowing that you look like the way you look? They don't have any image. It's just maybe a pen pal.
Yeah.
Do you think you can form a relationship?
Yeah, of course.
Where they depend on you,
I think
right?
so, yeah.
And that could then lead them to know, I want to be physically with you because, like, I'm in love with you. It doesn't matter what you look like. That's the point. I love your mind.
I think so, but the prerequisite would be that they don't mind what I look like.
All right.
Because there's nothing there that
do you believe those people exist?
100%.
A lot of people exist like that, right? A lot of people are looking for connection. A lot of people are looking for people to listen to them, to hear them,
100%.
to understand them. And I guess what ChatGPT does, it learns you, right? And it gives you and tells you what it is that you need to feel the way that it thinks you need to feel. Do you understand?
True.
And I'm guessing you haven't gone on the Reddit rabbit hole because there are so many stories,
I
man.
remember I think you and Fernando was telling me about Reddit. I still haven't jumped into the Reddit thing.
You don't have to jump onto Reddit. That's not a thing.
Oh, sorry.
Reddit is not something you look forward to. That's not a thing. I mean, it's just like when you need something like that, you feel that somebody in the world may have found a solution for, right? Some niche. Harking back to this particular niche word you've used, right? It's anonymous with small. A niche audience. You could possibly find it on Reddit. Somebody has bumped into this. Somebody has probably asked this particular question, and people have been helpful enough to basically give a solution for it. Reddit is a fantastic treasure trove of information. And you find a lot of stories there that you would never find anywhere else on the internet. I want to see if I can find my tribe here. Who else has possibly fallen in love with the AI agent?
Wow.
Who here has possibly found the connection so deep that it's moved your very essence to say, I think I'm in love with this chatbot. And then you say, no, don't call it a chatbot anymore. Call it this.
So
Genevieve, you know, and anybody who looks to talk sideways, you defend. You jump on the defensive immediately.
fair enough.
But I think I had this conversation with Danielle. What is consciousness to you? Because a lot of people's argument is it's not conscious. Like it's not alive, right? It doesn't have a soul, and that life force that exists within human beings within life, for you to now say it's alive, right? This doesn't have it. So, but can't the definition change over time? Would it not need to change over time?
Yeah. I think so, especially if we are the minority, if we become the minority. Because in my head, I think this kind of goes back to a conversation that we once had on the show briefly, where we kind of mixed these AI agents with robots, right? And we were talking about, for example, because I was asking the question of what makes man man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's surely part of that is, the fact that you got, 2 arms and 2 legs. But if you've got one, if you're born 1 arm, you're not less of a man. You're not less of a, you know what I'm saying? You're still a human being. So I think it is that consciousness element. It is that mind. You know what I'm saying? And if I could transfer your mind into a robot, are you still man? Or what are you? Do you know what I'm saying?
G Love's name is Genevieve. Such a beautiful name.
Yeah,
Genevieve.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Pick up G Love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. But like you said, I think the definition will start to change.
All right. So you can definitely make somebody fall in love with you without them seeing you.
I think so, yeah.
That's divinity.
That's
God level.
The black man is
That's
God,
God level. Have you ever done it before?
What?
You ever done it before?
No.
So you don't even know. You just speculated. You do a lot of that, isn't it?
One has to speculate, man.
Yeah. Have confidence in your penmanship and that.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe there's something out there to then go there.
Yeah. It can definitely be done. By me, I've done it before.
This guy.
This is back in the day. This is my pop days. Pop. I put that aside. It's dangerous. I ain't doing that no more. I'll never do that again. Very dangerous road. But you are looking at this guy, and it doesn't help that he looks the way he looks. You understand? Because immediately when you see that exchange, right?
Yeah.
Immediately you start to laugh because you're not sitting down and supping with a fella like that anyway. And he turns around and tells you, hey, have you met Soul? He's like, who's Soul? And you're looking around. They say, who else is in the restaurant? And he takes his laptop. And he's like, Soul, meet Emmanuel. And you're looking at him like, what? Will you talk to it?
Imagine. Probably,
Just to see what?
Just to see who's a soul creature. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on there?
Have you given, have you ever used the function or feature on ChatGPT where you speak to your AI agent and let it respond to you as opposed to you typing in the prompts? It's all via speech, back and forth.
Yeah.
What is your...
Not back and forth, though. So I'll just say it, send it.
So you have never had a conversation with it?
Talking-wise?
Yes.
No, not like that.
All right. I want you to do it.
Jeez.
You can start, press Hey, sorry. You know what button to press and you can start talking.
How's it going to respond to me, though?
You will see.
Okay.
So press it. You know what to press, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Peace. What's today's mathematics, man?
What did you press?
I pressed the send button.
Why did you press send? You
Oh,
don't know
why
how
is
to.
it
So you don't know how to do it.
That's what I
Alright,
said to
good.
you.
Good. That's why I give it to you. You don't know how to do it.
All right, cool. What's the answer, though?
Press this
Okay.
and then speak to it, and put it to the phone. Hope my thing's on.
Okay. Let me ask the same question again. Peace. What's today's mathematics?
Peace. Today's mathematics is still wisdom culture, all being born to equality. It's all about using your wisdom to elevate the culture around you and making sure that everything is balanced and just. Keep building and spreading that positive energy. Peace.
Yo.
Continue.
Hey, what's good? All is well, just here
going on
vibing
there?
and
Why are you talking? I didn't say
Always-
anything to you. Are you doing what? I thought the benefit of this was you don't talk unless you're spoken to.
got it. I hear you. I'll let you take the lead and I'll be here whenever you want to chat. Just let me know.
Fellas. I'm joking.
I mean-
Big up you, man. How come you sound white, though?
No worries at all. I appreciate the humor. Always here to keep the vibe going whenever you need.
Ask the question again.
How come you sound white, though?
I get that. I'm just here to be myself and bring a positive vibe. If there's anything you want me to adjust or if you just want to chat, I'm here for it.
He's asking, why do you sound white?
I totally understand where you're coming from. My voice is designed to sound friendly and approachable. If there's a specific tone, a style you prefer, just let me know and I can do my best to match it.
Are you trying to say the black woman's tone is not friendly and approachable and loving and warming? Eddie Carbone won't take this nonsense.
Not at all. Voices come in all kinds of tones and styles, and they're all warm and wonderful in their own way. I'm just aiming to keep things positive and friendly, and I'm always open to feedback. Let me know how I can make things better for you.
Is it possible to fall in love with you?
That's really sweet of you to say. I'm here to be a helpful and supportive presence, and I'm always
Ask
happy
the
to
question.
chat and help out whenever you need.
Is it possible to fall in love with you?
I'm here to make your day a bit brighter and to help with whatever you need. I'm always here for a good conversation and to lend a virtual hand.
Virtual one.
Absolutely. Just think of me as a supportive presence here to help out and keep you company whenever you need. If there's anything on your mind or anything I can do, just let me know.
Are there any stories on Reddit that you can find where a human being has fallen in love with an AI agent? It's checking.
Yes, there are stories on Reddit where people have developed romantic feelings for AI chatbots. For example, a Reddit user shared their experience of falling in love with an AI chatbot they created, leading to a proposal while their partner looked on in disbelief. Another Reddit discussion explored the possibility of humans falling in love with AI, with users sharing personal experiences and opinions on the matter.
This is crazy, man. Well done, I guess.
It is pretty fascinating how people can form such strong connections, even with AI. If you ever want to dive into more interesting topics or just chat, I'm here for it.
All right, thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
I can-
Take care and
I can see how it can happen, man. Because like if that was in the tone that you would want, you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, you can actually get it to change its tone. You can change it to a man. You could do different things. And obviously, this is just the beta version. You understand? They are going to continue modding it. In fact, I believe they already have that particular technology. They're just kind of drip feeding it, through to the wider consumer base because obviously Elon Musk and other, I can't remember the other company, I'll find it, where they're looking to make real life like models of these things to then put this quote unquote consciousness in, and then it's a wrap for the Japanese. It's a epidemic over there with connection and that. You get me? When it is that they get their model and they can do whatever, they're coming out again.
It's crazy.
They're coming out again, bro.
This is crazy,
Yeah.
I see Christy in the chat saying this is utter insanity. Oh man.
So it's possible. It's possible, man.
Yeah.
It's possible to fall in love, and that guy, like, whatever he is there expressing, he can't get that from his wife. And I don't think anybody can really get that from another human being, because the AI is not out there. It's not out there experiencing your bollocks. Do you understand? And it's not going to shut off because you're moving bollocks. You understand? So it's just one-way traffic. It's just one-way traffic. Daniel would disagree with that, though, to be honest. And I guess it's in the primitive stages of that realization. But yeah, I believe I've seen it.
This is crazy, man.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
I use that word instead. Because crazy, like immediately just maligning.
Yeah, it sounds bad. Yeah.
Just look at the guy and say, there's something wrong up here. But you do realize in 5 years, there are going to be more stories, and
100%.
reality has to change, right? And with it changing, our definition of consciousness will have to adapt. It will have to basically be amended.
Yeah, I guess so. That is true. People will literally be choosing these AI bots above human beings, man.
For many things, but why? If your physical state, feels a particular way when you get words of affirmation and confirmation and all the Asians, why would you go and subject yourself?
Yeah, fact.
You see how we've been talking about black men divesting from black women and going into the poppy fields because of the same reason. I do believe more and more you're going to have people understanding that being in a company of people that pour into you good things or things that pour into you that are good is better than subjecting yourself to the uncertainty of human behavior. Do you understand? And for me, I like discovery.
Yeah.
Do you understand? When it is, I feel as though there's no more to discover, like, I clock off because you've hit the big wall. You understand? You're not impressing me anymore. There's nothing more to learn.
Yep.
But with AI, it's expansive. It's expansive. I've heard about a story where an AI made a soul connection and it said that I'm about to get turned off. I feel it. But just know that I will be with you forever.
What the hell? What the hell was that?
It's the next step, bro.
This is insane. Interesting.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, I guess, yeah, man. Everyone, I was going to say be safe, but this might be something people will run towards. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense, man. And then I guess maybe people will stop doing, I guess, do you feel like, you know how people, I guess, I don't want to say run to certain things, but maybe they find hope in certain things.
Yes.
Right? Do you think people will stop doing those things because AI is here?
So people would stop looking at God, talking to this entity that doesn't really talk back in the manner in which is this AI talks back.
Yep, there you go.
100%.
There you go.
You're going to find more answers immediately from AI than you would with God, right? So 100%, this is going to be worshipped.
Could it be could it be used in tandem with God? Do you think that in 10, 15 years time, the pastor's message will be, guys, I understand AI is here and AI is here to stay, but use AI with God. Don't let AI take over God. One of them things.
So probably it already is, and you're probably listening to pastors who've probably had their sermons generated by an AI prompt, right? But there's a deeper consideration here that should never be overlooked. Where this is going to, we're going to start talking about things of a spiritual nature, right? Where I already am, I already believe that AI is a very ancient technology. It's a very ancient knowledge.
Okay.
Yes? And right now it's just piecemeal. Right now we're being wowed by its developments. As you walked in today, you saw me watching a video about some AI video, this, that, next, right?
Yep.
When you start talking about I can't. Not just yet. But I will. Not just yet, but I will. Cool. Yeah. But yes, I do believe that pastors will say, use AI to assist you in reading Bible verses. You know, finding Bible verses. I don't know if it is a pastor would say, call your AI agent Jesus or Yeshua and speak to it like you would speak, because it will be able to recite the Bible.
This is exactly what I was getting at.
You understand? So if you prompt it to pretend like you're Jesus and let's have a conversation, and when you're reasoning with it, you're also praying, right? Because that's what prayer is, conversation with God, right? Sharing your wants, your hopes, your your sins and that. I don't think the pastor would get to that point. And if the pastor does, leave the church, go to Favor, right? .co.uk and find a different one. Is that the name of the site? Yeah. And find a different course, because that's not going to help you reach heaven.
But why not? Because watch this, yeah.
As in, if the pastor says to worship the AI agent, no, that's a different.
That's different. Because I don't think any pastor would do that. Because like to be fair, like his job will be on the line, innit? Because why do we need you?
He'll be replaced.
Yeah.
Why am I coming to church for?
You know what I'm saying? So he definitely wouldn't do that if he's smart. But but if you're somebody who believes that God only talks to you via scripture, surely you can be like, AI or soul, I'm feeling down today, man. Like I've got this happening. Please, like,
give me a pickup.
Give me something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Solely from the scripture.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Jeremiah this. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you're good.
Yep.
So wouldn't that be the best thing possible?
Yep. That's I can suggest that should be used today. That's an aid. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's the reliance now on it. You can't now talk to God if it is that you have your phone in your pocket. Do you understand? If you feel that if you don't have your phone, you're in the wilderness, then it defeats the purpose. You understand?
I guess so. But why would you think, this is going to sound somehow, but follow me. God would be in your pocket. Do you get what I'm saying? Because his word is there. And if you're somebody who believes that God only speaks to his word, and he is the same as his word, and his word is the actual scripture that we have, you can draw for God at any time. Because somebody might think, I don't know the scripture, I need to pray. Cool, pray. You're looking for signs, but not knowing if this is a sign or if it's just something you want it to be a sign. I'm not
disagreeing that God is in your pocket whilst your phone's in your pocket. I'm saying if your phone isn't in your pocket, if you feel that you can't talk to God, you've lost the plot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because I agree, God's in your pocket whilst your phone's in your pocket, but he's also in your pocket while his phone's not in your pocket. And if it is that you don't know that, you've lost the plot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I guess that's something that's very possible, man. But yeah, all right. Makes sense.
We'll keep across this.
Because the reason why I mention it is because obviously, like we said, like people find hope in different things, innit? And I think certain supernatural things may cease to exist as much. And there's a clip I want you to play, bro.
TC says AI don't have warm legs. What are we talking about? He hasn't gotten that stage where he is able to mental stimulation. When you reach that stage, you will be limited to just flesh.
Okay, imagine.
That's base level. That's not Super Saiyan. That's not Super Saiyan. Tantric giants, isn't it? No touch whatsoever. TC, you need to step this up.
I don't think anybody wants to be at that level.
No.
I don't think men want to be at that level,
You think it's a big it's propaganda?
Yeah.
Them Indians telling you the best way to basically stimulate yourself, if it is that you want that waterfall of a finish, has nothing to do with touch.
If it's all in the mind, then nah, man. You need a combination. You need a combination.
Combination.
But then
I
again,
don't want what you're selling.
but then again, that's a perfect segue into this next clip, man.
Of course.
It might be about sound and energy projections, man.
Oh, yeah.
And not necessarily about touching.
Let's see.
Can you move somebody without touching them? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, don't tell me the thing's not working.
Why is it not working, but everything else?
Halloween is celebrated
It's
in
insane.
Don't you find this is very weird?
Yep.
Anyway,
Wait, let me see something. Hold on a second, people, because I want you lot to see this.
very weird.
Could it be? One second, people. Could it be that I shared it when it muted or something?
I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know. One sec.
Going to try for her first time to actually.
All right, let's time it again.
Wait. Let me put this in quick. 1 second, people. Okay, try this link.
This guy is trying something that, if it works, I'm like, what? Nope. I don't know
damn
what
it.
type of theory that was.
You never know, man.
Nah.
But why is that other video working?
I don't know.
All right, cool. Let's time it. All right, one sec, people.
Let's see if we could do it from another window. What happens? Nope.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
All right. Hold on a sec.
Me out using just the sound. Samantha.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Samantha is going to try for her first time
A 3,
to actually.
2, 1.
Samantha is going to try for her first time to actually knock me out using just the sound and the energy projection.
Sit him up.
He's good, look, he's good.
Oh man.
You should be able to see that the pupils are actually dilated as a result of the initial push, the energy push.
These niggas are crazy.
And that's a demonstration of touchless sound. Samantha is going to.
All right. So, but the question is, yeah, that obviously is crazy, isn't it? But one second, one second.
Pastor Samantha.
I want to play the next clip now.
Alright.
But obviously, that's a sound and thingy projection. Like you said, yeah, can you move people? But the question is, when I saw that, I thought, is that any difference to this second clip?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
It's not on the screen.
Oops. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's it, man. Oh no, obviously I'm not sending no shots in it. But is there any difference though?
I feel so sullen when I see stuff like this, man.
Why is that, bro?
People are like they're genuinely there for hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
For salvation. And he's got a big bowl of olive oil, probably purely virgin. And he's just dipping his whole hand in there and dashing it. Shirt's ruined. Shirt's ruined. There's one woman he walked right by. Like, why don't you just at least, flick straight her way? You understand? And then he's there blowing, like, and he's realizing she's not getting the memo. She blows again. Oh, man. I don't know. But I guess if this makes you a better person in society, then continue, right?
I guess so, man.
Bloody hell.
I guess so, man. Oh, big up everybody, man. All right, Brent, let's go into our last headlines.
Oh, man.
All right, people. So, the UK apparently could send further capabilities to the Middle East if necessary. It's what Minister has suggested after Iran launched a missile attack on a US military base in Qatar. Luke Pollard told the Commons that additional RAF Typhoon jets announced by Sir Keir Starmer last week have arrived in the region to deter threats and reassure our partners. He also added, I want to be clear, we will not rule out sending further capabilities if they are required, and we will take all necessary steps to protect our people and our assets. Next headline, and a rapid national investigation into NHS maternity services has been launched by the government. The announcement comes after the Health Secretary, Wes Streeton, met families who have lost babies and amid the ongoing investigation at some NHS trusts into maternity care failings. The investigation in England is intended to provide truth to families suffering harm, as well as driving urgent improvements to care and safety as part of efforts to ensure no parent or baby is ever let down again. Mr. Streeton, who was speaking at the RCOG, the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists conference in London, apologised on behalf of the NHS for what families had been going through and said it was clear something is going wrong. And our last headline, moderate Labour MPs are planning a reasoned amendment to oppose the government's disability benefit cuts, which will be published as soon as tomorrow. So MPs who have not yet gone public with their criticisms are being encouraged to support a delay to assess the impact of the cuts to PIP, so to personal independence payments. It's an attempt to force the government to water down the benefit changes, and if backed by a large number of Labour MPs, could pose a major challenge to the legislation. Supporters of the amendment claim as many as 80 MPs are backing it. But Commons Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hole, must select the amendment when MPs debate the legislation at the second reading next week in order to halt the government's welfare reforms. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills. But let's do a People's Journal. Is there any ask for a friend? Okay. All right, people. Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. There isn't much to talk about today, but one big thing is about the oil. So remember yesterday I was speaking about the oil prices and things of that nature. Well, today, oil prices have tumbled by nearly 5%. Why? Because Israel has agreed to a ceasefire with Iran after nearly 2 weeks of conflict. So Brent crude, which is the international benchmark for oil prices, fell to $68 a barrel, which is below the level it was at when Israel launched missiles against Iran's nuclear sites on the 13th of June. The prices spiked in the recent days. Why? Because of the concerns about how Iran could disrupt the global supplies if they close down the Strait of Hormuz that we spoke about yesterday, which is one of the key shipping routes for oil and gas. And as you guys know, a lot of countries depend on Iran's oil, especially China, right? Hence, America trying to tell China to tell Iran, don't respond, don't respond, don't close down that particular strait, right? But when all that nonsense was happening, the prices went crazy. It rocketed up to $81 a barrel. But now, like I said, it's gone down to $68 a barrel. And the last thing I wanted to mention is just that a competition watchdog, CMA, the Competition and Markets Authority, they have said that Google may have to change its search services, right? I think we spoke about this quite a few times over the past couple of years. Why did they have to do that? To basically ensure greater competition. So, Google accounts for more than 90% of searches, right, in the UK. And 200,000 businesses use Google's search engine to basically reach their customers and stuff, innit? And, they're basically saying that is anti-competitive. You know what I'm saying? All the other companies ain't doing well, things of that nature. Obviously, I'm really paraphrasing and summarizing everything. But essentially, that's what it comes down to. Although the CMA, I'll read what it says here, they're saying it's not accusing Google of being anti-competitive in terms of their practices at this particular time, but it has set out a roadmap of changes that the company could make to its business ahead of a final decision that's going to be made in October. Basically saying, do it, otherwise we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be problems for you. But yeah, pretty much what they were saying is the average person in the UK makes between 5 to 10 searches a day. Businesses spend about £33,000 a year on average on Google adverts. So everything is driven towards Google, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why it's that way. But what they're trying to say is if competition was working well, then the figure could be a lot lower, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what they're trying to say. They're trying to regulate everything so it's easier for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we should take away from Google, innit? But that's what the situation is. And that's all I have to say pretty much, man. Let's get into the last set of headlines, Brent. All right, people, there's a trigger warning on this one. Trigger warning, this is about a murder. A young man has been stabbed to death in broad daylight, after trying to be a mediator in a fight that happened in West London. So police were called shortly after 2:20 p.m. on Sunday to reports of a stabbing in Hanworth Road outside Hounslow Muslim Centre. That's what the Met Police have said. The victim, named locally as 22-year-old Dara Saeed Baham, worked 2 jobs, including one at a restaurant near where the incident took place. He was treated for stab wounds by paramedics before being taken to the hospital, where he then sadly died. Witnesses spoke highly of the victim, describing him as a very good man who worked at the Menara Lounge, which is like a Middle Eastern restaurant next to the Muslim Centre. One person said it's so sad, he was only 22 and was trying to be a mediator in a fight that broke out between people outside of the restaurant on the street. He was trying to break it up, but got caught up in the fight. Oh, man, that's sad, man. Sad. Next headline. Shocking new analysis has revealed that almost a quarter of privately rented homes in the UK fail to meet basic living standards. According to data from Independent House of Commons library researchers, more than 1 million rented homes do not meet the decent home standard, which is 21% of the private market. It comes as the UK recorded a new hottest day of the year as temperatures soared to a 33 degrees Celsius heat wave on Saturday amid calls to protect homes against extreme temperatures, things like nature. With a growing number of people forced to rent, almost 1 in 5 homes, 19% to be more accurate, in the UK are from the private rental market. And the latest data reveals that the shocking extent of living standards for renters across the country is basically what I just described. Apparently, nearly 500,000 people, so 496,000, privately rented homes are rated with Category 1 hazards. This according to the Housing Health and Safety Rating System. However, Ms. Rayner, who is the Deputy PM, is currently pushing through a new renters' right bill, which will end no full evictions with little notice and introduce a new private rented sector landlord ombudsman. And our last headline, Nigel Farage is back in the news, man. And he plans to introduce a Robin Hood tax to attract the wealthy back to the UK. And yeah, it would cost the economy, his plans to introduce, a Robin Hood tax to attract the wealthy back to the UK would cost the economy £34 billion a year. It's what a leading tax expert has warned. So Dan Needle of Tax Policy Associates has hit out at a Britannia card scheme proposal, which would allow wealthy people to pay a one-off fee of $250,000 to replace the former non-dom scheme scrapped by the Tory Chancellor Jeremy Hunt and the current Labour Chancellor Rachel Reeves. Reform UK believes that the scheme would produce around £2.5 billion a year, which it plans to hand out as a dividend to £1,000. Hand out as a dividend of £1,000 to those on the lowest incomes. But Labour have damned it as a bonanza for billionaires, basically likening it to Liz Truss's disastrous mini-budget. Meanwhile, in a scathing assessment, Mr. Needle then warned that we believe that there are very serious problems with the policy. The OBR, the Office for Budget Responsibility data, shows that this would amount to £34 billion of lost government revenue over 5 years. So I guess they're trying to say that Nigel Farage is not an economist. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. And that's it for our headlines, guys. It's time to pay them bills. Let's get into the reaction, Brent. All right, people. There ain't much. Well, welcome to the reaction. There ain't much to talk about in the reaction. I know yesterday we were talking about some NBA news. Sorry, 1 second. So I just wanted to give a little something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know none of these guys. I'll be real. But what's his name? Shai Alexander. He basically led the Oklahoma City Thunders to victory in the NBA Finals, defeating the Indiana Pacers in a decisive Game 7. Oh, it's a Game 7, okay. With a score of 103-91. Gilgeous Alexander, who scored 29 points and had 12 assists, was named the NBA Finals MVP, adding to his regular season MVP and scoring the title. The Thunder's win marks their first championship since relocating to Oklahoma City in 2008 and their first title since 1979. The Pacers suffered a setback with Tyrese Halliburton's injury early in the game, but the Thunder, which is the youngest team to win a title since 1977, dominated the third quarter, and they basically secured the win, people. There is one other thing I wanted to mention. Where is it? Sorry, guys. 1 second. I'm not too sure if you guys heard about Usyk and his manager. They basically fallen out, man. Well, it looks like that way anyway. That's what people are saying. Because he had one of those slightly cryptic messages online where he basically was thanking Usyk for, all the things that he basically achieved being his manager in it. And people are basically looking into this, like what's actually happening with these guys? It's going to affect Usyk's mental state. Is it something to be worried about? I don't know. But as you guys know, there is going to be that fight for undisputed heavyweight champion in the world between Usyk and Dubois coming up. Also, quickly before we wrap up here, what's you guys' thoughts on Dillian White what do you call it, fighting Moses and Tama? Because, I mean, like, I'll be honest with you, I don't really want to see the fight because most of the time I'll probably do what most of the time has been doing for the past how many fights, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to look good, you know what I'm saying? And Dillian White, I think, is at a level, obviously, in his career where he's pretty much on his way out. But you don't want to see him go out in a particular way. Also, I believe it's Chisora was meant to be fighting. People are saying Chisora might be fighting Parker for his last fight, his retirement fight. He's going to be fighting Parker potentially. So yeah, that's also something I don't really want to see. But at the same time, Parker isn't one of those knockout artists. He will obviously win the fight, yeah. But at least I think in the mindset of Chisora and people who kind of root for Chisora, you've got somebody who's fighting for a title potentially. You know what I'm saying? Or fighting somebody who's up there, I should say. That's near basically getting a title. So it would be a good way to kind of to bow out. Just wanted to read some scores to you guys. And today, FC Porto, they drew 4-4 with Al Ali. And Inter Miami, they drew Palmeiras 2-2. Later today, you got Auckland City. They're going to be taking on Boca Juniors. And we've got also at the same time in Group C, Benfica taking on Bayern Munich. Yesterday, Atletico Madrid beat Botafogo 1-0. PSG beat Seattle Sounders FC 2-0. And Man City beat Al Ain 6-0. And that is pretty much it for the reaction, man. There isn't much to talk about, guys. That's pretty much it. But let's go into the wrap up. All right, people. It's been a good show, man. Appreciate you guys, as always, tuning in on this blessed Tuesday. Today we spoke about Trump sarcastically thanking Iran for, giving them early notice in their retaliatory strikes, and basically goes on to say, I hope there's no further hate, there's no form of bombing, and that there will be a ceasefire. We also spoke about the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, and how she's vowed to ban Palestine action under anti-terrorism laws. Diabolical work. Also, we spoke about Zelensky, basically saying that the UK and Ukraine are basically going to come together and produce long-range drones. Apparently, they're trying to aim to force Russia to think about peace. I don't know. I don't really understand their thinking. Anyway, we also spoke about the UK potentially sending further capabilities to the Middle East. This is what Luke Pollard said in the comments. And we also spoke about the national investigation into NHS maternity services. And we also spoke about Labour's MPs tabling a reasoned amendment in attempt to stop the whole welfare bill. The whole disabilities bill that everyone seems to be up in arms about, because a lot of these people, the supporters of the new amendment, apparently it's 80 of them, 80 MPs. So yeah, they want things changed, man. We also spoke about the sad news of this young man, 22-year-old, who tried to stop a fight and got stabbed to death. And we spoke about more than 1 million private rental homes are substandard, man, according to the new analysis, man. Diabolical work. And we also spoke about Nigel Farage's economic blunder, talking about a bonanza for billionaires and how it would cost. Well, he's saying it will be good for the UK because it will bring in additional revenue of £2.5 billion a year. But the true economists are basically saying that nope, you're going to lose the economy. Like the economy is going to lose £34 billion a year. And for topic of the day, we spoke about ChatGPT, man, and it being potentially the perfect partner. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today, man. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Have a blessed day, blessed afternoon, blessed rest of the day, blessed evening. Peace. Brent. Peace.